At this time. Hello and welcome to Minions of the Zoo, night show 1369. I repeat, this is not Jeopardy. With me today are Minions Sanguine.
Good evening, all.
Skep.
Hi, everybody.
SoraLuna.
Hello.
And with us is the Hey Camel.
Good evening.
So I put that little thing together. I was telling Sanguine about it before the show. Camel and I have done this before with moderate success. A little bit of a delay using the buzzers. But I do have. I can put this together here.
Let me just say, in my experience, we're going light on the success and heavy on the moderate.
Now, I'm starting to be so clueless. What is there a format to tonight's show? Is there something special going on? Are we going to play a game, or what's up?
We are, in fact, going to play a game.
Would you like to play a game?
And Johnny wants to challenge you all to a battle of wits. It's 3 minions enter, 1 minion leaves.
I did have plans to get the buzzers, but it is a gigantic pain. So we're going to have to play this one by ear.
Okay, first thing first. Who's wanting to be the polar bear? Who's the squid? And who's going to be the...
Squid.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one.
It is the closest. It is the closest I could find to the minions' actual, with an exception of the treble, which they don't have.
I don't want to play. I just want to provide commentary. So that'll be my role.
I'm the Ed McMahon of this show, sir. I'll have you know.
Here's Johnny.
Skep is worried about blowing us out of the water.
Well, it was funny because
it's not that it's just that if I get too tired, I'm going to leave part of the way through the show. What's going on?
Well, I guess we can just sort of play it like whoever wants to just guess it.
If Skep drops out, we can just give his points to chat and see if they can beat you.
That'll work. So let's see. Everything going here. So I guess with the polar bear being on the left, we will start with Sanguine. Or
I'll go.
Sanguine. That was you're the black bear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go for innovations for 100.
What debilitating disease can be masked but not prevented by Aricept, Exelon, and Riminol?
Oh, God.
What is...
It's something I might have.
With that, I'm guessing what is...
Where am I?
Oh, it's Alzheimer's, huh? Yeah.
Yes. Alzheimer's.
Sorry, I could not resist that.
Now I'm starting to get self-conscious and think Johnny picked all these questions to make me sound like an idiot reading them.
Hey.
It's part of the. Is that part of the comedy?
I wouldn't put it past him.
It's all part of the show.
Get back at me for all the times I made fun of his reading.
Yeah.
I'll just go straight down the line of innovations and do innovation 200.
What did the North Carolina firm Vector Tobacco genetically adapt their tobacco plants to cut production of to make headlines in 2002? I'm not familiar with Vector Tobacco.
Yeah, nor am I. Which makes this really difficult. It couldn't be nicotine. I'd get rid of the entire point. you.
Yeah, timer's up.
Yep.
Are you kidding?
It's nicotine. It is nicotine, by the way. Just so
And
you know.
That seems like that would get rid of the entire point of tobacco.
Or is it because you don't get as enough nicotine per cigarette, so you have to smoke more for the same effect?
Yeah, man. Any
Buy
good drug
more?
dealer knows the first hit is free, then you jack the price up afterwards.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
how it
but-
goes.
That seems like it would be self-defeating, though, because nicotine's what you get them for. No one else is going, I really just want to fill my lungs with smoke. I don't want any effect from it. I just want smoke in my lungs.
Like, screw healthy
Clearly-
alveoli.
Clearly,
Yeah, right.
Someone's never lived in a fire zone.
Well, Sanguine, since nobody got that one, you still have the board, sir.
300 innovations. I'm just going straight down the innovation.
What media nickname for God damn it, Johnny.
Monoclonal.
Monoclonal antibodies comes from their ability to seek out and shoot down specific cancer cells.
What are hunter-killer cells?
Very good.
Or hunter-killer antibodies, rather. In this case. Oh, magic bullets. That is another colloquial name for them.
I mean, Oh,
I thought you
Yeah.
were supposed to be doing like the judge's ruling and like, you know, were you accepting or are you denying that?
Like I don't know. I don't know this shit. That's the answer that they have on there.
Magic bullets is
It was the
lame.
nickname, though.
It's lame.
It was asking for the name, I think.
It's so general. Magic bullet has been applied to so many things that
Pretty much any.
yeah, it's
So should we just exit that one out then?
yeah.
There's that one out?
Bail on that.
Okay, we'll go back to one.
so Elwyn says she'd accept it, but you're not the judge, so I don't know.
Or should I just start going to chat to see if they'll accept that? We're going to take the wisdom of the crowd, Johnny?
No, we're not. Fuck no.
I'm
You
just
know
trying to figure
those
out
people?
which
what?
way am I supposed to look for the answer? That's all I want to know.
You know what, Skep, you could be the judge on this one. So if it needs clarification, we can go to you.
All right.
So are we going to make the chat the third? Are we going to make them the dinosaur then?
We can
If they get the right answer?
We'll make them the audience like they are every night.
You get no play in this chat.
That's right.
So we
You just-
going
you
to
just sit
400?
there-
Be content with
Yep,
your luck.
going to go 400.
You just sit there and look pretty, audience.
These just get easier and easier, Johnny. Thank you.
What two-word term for a digitally simulated world did Silicon Valley's Jaron Lanier coin?
Virtual reality.
The first word is
What
the.
is... The first word is the? I'm going to go with virtual reality because that's
Is
the
it
one that I
the
know.
Matrix?
I think it
But
is.
it is going to be the Matrix, isn't it?
Virtual
Oh, no.
reality.
It's
Virtual reality.
There you
Hell
go.
yes.
Good job.
It's the virtual reality, and they got it wrong. It's actually 3 words.
Ah. And I'll go for 500.
These are from Trivia Pursuit questions.
What fairy tale name do astronomers give to planetary orbits in a region of space that is not too hot and not too cold for
Oh,
life to
What is
evolve?
The Goldilocks zone.
yeah.
That's correct.
So we cleared
Yay.
innovations. What are we going
Yeah.
next, Sanguine?
I'll go for 100 game time.
What pitcher became the first Cuban defector to play in the big leagues in 1991?
Boy, I don't know that. I don't know modern sports at all.
Uh,
I know Castro was a pitcher.
I'll say A-Rod, but I don't think that's right. Who is A-Rod?
That is incorrect. A-Rod is not a pitcher and not Cuban.
Okay.
He's Puerto Rican and he played shortstop.
It was a name I knew.
Dora?
Pass. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay, before
sports.
Johnny pulls the... Let me go ahead and take a guess. Pedro Martinez? No.
Oh.
Rene Arocha.
Good for him. Hope he had a good career.
Let's go 200. See if I can lose my entire 1,000-point lead.
I've never actually heard of him, so I guess that answers that question.
There's not always a benefit to being the first. Who was the first man to coach a U.S. Olympic men's basketball team as well as play on one?
I'm gonna pass. I don't know.
Same. This whole line, I'm just.
That's why I'm getting rid of it quick. I figured innovations to get a lead and then get rid of this entire line.
Maybe ask the chat for this one.
How long is that timer, Johnny? Shit.
That's 30 seconds.
It's going to be somebody like Greg Popovich or something, but I don't
John
know.
Smith. Oh,
Larry Brown. There you go.
John Smith.
I mean, she was close. Larry Brown. How much more generic can you get?
That is true.
It's one of his little known accomplishments after screwing Pocahontas.
One of his accomplishments is having both a national championship in college and a NBA title as a coach. So we going 300?
Yep. Like I said, I'm just going to burn that line.
How old was John McEnroe when he won his last Grand Slam singles title?
Who the hell cares?
I'm going to say something, and it's going to cause me to lose points. I'm going to guess, what is 38?
And I already know that that's wrong.
Yep. Like I said, I'm going to lose this lead.
We give up.
47. Yeah, negative 300 or 500. Wait, is it 300 or 500?
300. 25. Oh, a lot younger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Explains why all those older clips of him seem so angry.
I'll never reach this again.
I'll go for 400 game time.
What Pittsburgh sports venue did Sports Illustrated call as eye-pleasing as a leisure suit?
Three River Stadium. Oh, I should have said that.
No worries, I would not get that.
I blurted out the answer. I don't
I-
know why I did that. I'm so sorry.
I was aware of Three Rivers Stadium, but I couldn't. Was it Heinz Field as a football stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could not tell you what Sports Illustrated had to say on either aesthetic. So I'd had a 50% chance of maybe.
Have you ever
guessing.
spent any time in Three River Stadium?
I've not been to
really
Pittsburgh.
Bland. It's really bland.
So game time 500. What ominous image repeated 3 times on the 2001 Titanic slot machine means a jackpot?
Iceberg.
Yeah.
It has to be an iceberg. It has to be an iceberg. Even if you don't know that, it has to be an iceberg. What is the one iconic thing about the
game?
Yeah, that is dark.
Dare I say that it is cold?
Yeah.
So Sora, you have the board now. Where would you like to go?
Iceberg or door?
100, the written word, please.
What reclusive author was 53 when he dallied with 18-year-old Joyce Maynard? Fording?
Okay, yeah. Mock the typing, okay? Yeah, I get it.
To her 1998 tell-all, At Home in the World.
Oh.
Alex never put it with typos, Johnny. Just saying.
You know what? Well, he's dead now, isn't he?
Catcher. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Right. Probably caught her in the rye. Yeah, it's probably where he catched her.
I still don't know the author. I've never read that one. Never had to do it.
JD.
That would be JD Salinger, yes.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I think chat got that one. That would have been Elwin got that one correct.
Yes, she did. I would
So we'll
give it to the Ankylosaurus.
we'll give it the
We'll give them the points, but we'll still let you control the board.
Sure. We'll continue down the written board.
I've been looking at private chat. I didn't even have comments up. All right, here we go.
What laughably simple tool does
Rybachinsky.
Okay. Extol in his book, One Good Turn. I told you he's trying to make me. What laughably simple tool?
You should have heard me try to
Screwdriver?
pronounce this name.
Nice.
Nice.
I just written word for 300, please.
What Salman Rushdie novel centers on fallen angels?
No.
Really, Johnny?
And Gessels.
Name Gabriel and
Chamcha?
Shamcha?
Yeah. Some might think it's the,
See,
the Satanic Verses by Salman Rushdie. I mean, it could be that, of course.
I got hung up on the Angsil.
Well done.
Hey, Camel, guess what?
I'm listening.
Shut up.
Starting to understand why you can't read, son. So where are we going, Sora?
Keep going. Let's clear this.
What high-profile periodical was launched in 1999 by Miramax Films and Hearst Magazine?
Ooh.
Man, I have no idea. It's after I stopped caring.
By Miramax Films.
No clue.
I don't know. Do you know, Sanguine?
I'm trying to remember.
Is it Vice? Is it BuzzFeed? Is it
In
could be
99, though?
something? Yeah, I know. It's kind of early. BuzzFeed really didn't get going.
Oh.
Talk Magazine.
Talk Magazine.
I've
Who
never
even
heard that.
remembers Talk Magazine?
I had never even heard of it.
I've
But
seen
I
it.
figured it had to be some kind of industry insider bullshit with the
Yeah.
film.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Go on.
What staple is referred to as Uncle Fred in a Cockney slang translation of the Bible?
Unleavened
Pardon?
bread. What is unleavened bread?
Let's see. I really should have had the
Yes.
answer
Yeah.
for that
That's
one.
it. It's exactly right. You're right, Sanguine. That is exactly right.
Oh, yes, because it's
Because the way
rhymes,
they do their
right?
slang. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, I just said bread,
Rummy
so.
slang.
Yeah. But the actual answer is unleavened bread. That's exactly right. Sanguine got that exactly right.
Well, it just says bread anyway, so
Yeah. But they're wrong.
I will,
Let's
even though it's
go
specific. So
Yeah.
Sound and screen for 100.
What 1986 movie had noting?
Yep.
My mommy always said there were no monsters, no real ones, but there are.
Ooh. Fuck, I can't remember. Pass.
Yeah. Movies. I'm a loss. I have no idea.
Mute. I'm sorry, I don't recall.
Let's see if the chat gets it real fast.
Aliens, says Green Badger.
It is.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Nice.
Well
Green
played,
Badger
Green
and
Badger.
Kyler both got that one.
Very good.
So they get the points with the Ankylosaur, and then let's go 200 for that.
What indie outfit became the world's first CD-only record label in 1983?
Name the independent record producers of 1983. Somebody who really cares about this shit.
Can we have hints? What's
Well,
the
see-
first initial of the
Alex had the benefit of seeing the questions before they were asked. I don't have that luxury, so
and honestly, like I only remember half of the answers on these. So like,
Yeah, fuck if I know.
and I'm not seeing
Right.
anything from
Right.
chat.
and I've never even heard of this one either. So
Right.
These are-
Disc.
I've heard the
Horrible.
name. I have absolutely no clue any of the things that they put out, but I heard Ryko Disc. I just didn't know that was it. Sound and Screen, 300.
What punk pioneer once demanded backstage delivery of 7 dwarves dressed up as those dwarves out of the film about those dwarves?
Oh my god. Is it Billy Idol? No.
I don't think Billy Idol counts as punk, but it's a nice guess.
Because that would be hilarious.
And Elwin in chat says Ozzy Osbourne. Again, I don't think that qualifies as punk, according to the judges' standards. Any guesses, Sanguine?
I would have guessed Ozzy too.
Fuck if I know.
Iggy Pop.
Oh.
Okay.
Iggy Pop is punk. Okay.
Iggy Pop and the Stooges were considered punk, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
400.
400.
Who was the first daytime soap opera star to host Saturday Night Live in 1990?
Who knows soap opera stars by name?
Yes, exactly.
The
Bored
only
Housewives.
the only time I've ever seen a soap opera is when I'm waiting to see a doctor.
Oh, actually, George Clooney was in General Hospital back in the day, so that's one.
I know of a soap
The
opera
only one I
star.
know.
I know of a soap opera star, but that's Jensen Ackles from Supernatural.
Was
All
he
right,
in
nobody
soap
has any
operas as
guesses.
well?
What's the
Yeah.
answer? Oh,
Susan Lucci.
Lucci. Okay.
Ever the bridesmaid, never the bride. Susan Lucci.
That is all I know about soap operas. Is she always got nominated, never won.
She actually did win. She finally won.
Finally won.
She finally did win. Yes.
Let's
Yay.
go for Sound and Screen. Finish it out at 500.
Who insisted I have no interest in being a Be Pity clothing line?
Someone who did not want to be a clothesline.
No interest in producing a Be Pity clothing line.
Puff Daddy?
Yeah, sure. The Talking Heads. 9 Inch Nails.
with-
That's my guess.
Be Pity? Is it? That wouldn't make sense. Brad Pitt?
That is correct, but Elwin got it first.
Elwin
Be
coming.
Pity, seriously?
Elwin is
Good job,
coming
Elwin.
in with some
Well
answers.
done,
Yeah.
Elwood.
So
Let's
they get the
go.
points, but you still get the board. Where are we going, Sanguine?
Global View.
How much?
100.
Okay. What fog-bound South American capital is built around the Plaza de San Francisco?
I would say that it was be Buenos Aires. Which does have a lot of fog.
If you got it right, give the Ankylosaur the points.
That is not it.
Okay.
Let's see. What is the capital of Chile?
That's Santiago.
Santiago.
I have a
is
guess,
it
but I'll wait
Ecuador?
until everyone else says theirs.
Is it Ecuador's capital? And now I'm just trying to remember the goddamn name of Ecuador's capital.
Quito. Quito is
It is Quito?
Ecuador's.
Okay.
No, Quito's Ecuador's capital, but if you've ever been to Quito, it's not particularly fog bound.
So we've got all of our guesses in.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so let me go ahead and look at the chat real
is
fast.
Is it Brasilia? Brasilia? Oh, it is
Quito.
Quito.
It is Quito.
Oh,
Quito
Son
is
of a
not
bitch.
fog bound.
I would have guessed Bogota.
It's on the equator, for God's sake.
I
I would have guessed like Bogota.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
go
one of the inland.
200 for global.
What nation made a penguin names
Olav.
Nils Olaf an honorable regimental sergeant major in 2001?
New Zealand. They do
Finland?
weird shit like that.
No. Sweden?
We have an answer from chat. Okay, so is it Sweden, Johnny?
Yes, keep going negative.
I'll go.
It's the Norvag.
I'll go weirder than that, and no, I don't know.
I
Well,
think it is Norway.
Yeah, Elwin in chat says Norway. Talik says Iceland. Cannibalistic Wizard says Norway. It is, in fact, Norway.
That's so cute.
If I had thought of Iceland, I would have guessed that.
Let's go 300.
Who'd slapped his name on 3 Atlantic City casinos by the Millennium's End?
Donald Trump. Ooh, damn it.
Nice going, Skep. 400.
It's like conditioned response.
What
Yeah.
Strifeton
Strife ton, yeah.
Caribbean nation was visited by 4 separate UN peacekeeping missions in the 1990s?
My account was hacked. Damn it!
We do
Of
research
course
on
it
carrots.
was.
Is it Haiti?
I think
It's got to be.
Yay.
Sanguine gets the points, and Johnny gets my
He should get
undying
an
mockery
extra
for
point
his
for
spelling.
that spelling.
Strife ton.
Caribbean.
Well, I'm sure there was tons of strife there. Okay.
Caribbean. They were mad about the name.
All right,
Let's
so-
go for 500. Finish that up.
What was the only nation besides TUES, Johnny, with at least 59 active nuclear power reactors in 2000?
What is?
France.
Oh shit!
We
Yeah,
are
is
from
it
France.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
what?
has to be France.
Get 70% of their power from
Yeah.
nuclear.
So, who guessed that first? Because
Skep guessed
Skep.
it first.
Yeah.
You're not actually giving me points.
Well,
You're
if
giving
you
them
drop
what-
out, then the
you
chat
win the
gets them.
audience. So,
Yeah.
All right.
It's you and the audience are
All right.
gameplay so.
I will lead the audience.
And let's get news. Oh wait, Skep, do you want to pick or shall I?
No, you go ahead, Sang. When you're doing a
Here's
great job.
100.
What revolutionary's wristwatch did Felix Ayatollah of the Contras Rodriguez wear as a trophy? We're looking for the name of the revolutionary.
Daniel Ortega. That's who it is. I bet. It's a guess, but that's who I think it is. Because the Contras were against the other guys in Nicaragua, and Daniel Ortega was the head of the other guys.
And Elwin is guessing Che Guevara.
Yeah, it could be Che. Could definitely be Che.
Which, yep.
And weren't the other guys the Sandinistas?
Yeah, the Sandinistas.
Okay.
Sorry.
And it was Che Guevara. So Elwin gets another answer for the chat, racking up some more points.
Yep.
You know, somebody pulled that off of Che Guevara's body. Where did he get shot? He got shot in Argentina or Chile or something.
Wasn't it Bolivia?
Yeah, maybe it was Bolivia, like Butch Cassidy. I don't know.
Or no, is that where he's from? I can't remember. I want to say it's Bolivia.
Continue down the line.
What Procter & Gamble product did John Ashcroft anoint himself with before being sworn in as a senator from Missouri?
Baby
What
oil.
Procter & Gamble product that sure narrows it down.
Yeah, we just got to think of what kind of freak John Ashcroft was. That should narrow it down a little more. We have a guess from chat.
No clue.
Cannibalistic
You know,
Cannibalistic Wizard is
Yeah,
betting on baby oil.
Which is also wrong.
that
That's what
That's what I
Sora
guessed.
said.
Yep. Fuck, is it Crisco? That's
No.
Procter and Gamble.
Oh, gross.
that is
Why
just
would he be
disgusting.
horrible and put baby
You know,
oil?
That is just disgusting. Crisco.
Oh.
It makes me think of Burt Reynolds' character in Striptease. Got the Vaseline on his boots and all over his body.
He's ready to be deep fried. Let's go 300.
What Oscar-winning film featured cameos by 5 U.S. senators sparked a new debate on the war on drugs in 2000? I think I know this one, so I'll just stay quiet until we get some guesses.
Shit.
Is
See, in
it
2000, I was still fighting for the other side.
2000?
And Elowin's guessing traffic.
And guessing more
Good
emphatically,
odd. Yep.
that was my guess as well. Yes, Traffic. I remember that one with Benicio del Toro and who else was all in that? That was a
Penelope
Let's
Cruz.
go 400.
What actor did little to help the Dukakis campaign by making a scandalous hotel room video during the 1988 Democratic Convention?
The memorable Dukakis campaign.
We are the sons of Greek men.
I feel like I should know this name. Or the name of the actor, not the name of the campaign. I know the Dukakis campaign. I'm just trying to remember the name of the goddamn actor.
I remember Olympia Dukakis was trying to help her cousin, Michael Dukakis. And she was an actress, but they called them actresses back then instead of actors.
Didn't she also claim to see aliens too? Or am I thinking of somebody? Oh, that was Kucinich. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
maybe.
Dennis Kucinich. It's a
Dukakis.
whack job. I have no idea. I can't remember. I just can't remember anything. Oh, Rob Lowe.
Okay.
Do you want to tell them why that video was scandalous, Johnny?
Please do.
I'm not sure of the details, but I think it was a sex tape.
It
Oh!
was an underage sex tape at that.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not something that anybody talks about Rob Lowe anymore.
So Rob Lowe, the Chomo?
I don't believe he did it intentionally, knowing they were underage. I think it came out afterwards that they were like, it was like 16, 17, something like that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
There was more
one of
than
those
one?
technicals.
If I'm not mistaken, it was a menage a trois, as the French would say.
Ah.
Oh.
Let's
And
go
500.
500 since it's last on board.
What continent were
Ralph
Johnny?
Fiennes and Mike Stroud.
I did not spell this one wrong.
Yeah, Randolph Fiennes.
Oh, okay,
and
so
Mike
this is the
Stroud.
fines I'm not aware of. Then I was thinking of
Two
rape.
people
Oh.
to cross
The first
on
two-
foot
And
without
what is
animals. or
Antarctica?
Was that Skep? Or,
That was
No, that was
Sanguine.
machines. Saying we got it right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Skep was just finishing the question because I was dubious as to your spelling
And it's
ability,
going to be
Johnny.
Skep in the chat
Yay! Good job.
by 100 points.
All right.
Yeah,
And
next time you make
because-
one of these, you're gonna have to show me the questions first, so at least that way I have some familiarity with them.
you know, that's not a bad idea.
At the very least, maybe
Spelling errors.
yeah, I was gonna say at the very least maybe do some proofreading first.
Yeah, let me tell you the story of Rob Lowe and the DNC, the Democratic National Convention. He was 24 years old,
That's good. Then
only 3 years out from being named of one of the core members of Hollywood's Brat Pack. And he despised that moniker, by the way. But he was a political junkie, and he wanted to change his image. And he went to Atlanta to campaign for the party's frontrunner, who was this guy, Michael Dukakis, who was, oh my God. Anyway, so Lowe spends the night before the convention, and he partied hard. And he was there at a bash hosted by CNN founder Ted Turner, who had dropped by a club with Ali Sheedy and Judd Nelson. Lowe then decided to head back to his hotel with 2 young women in tow, and they had agreed to be videotaped. Everything was going as planned until the ladies left with cash and videotape while Lowe was in the bathroom. They robbed the shit out. They basically bumped him over. And of course, the tape soon popped up again. By June of 1989, the Los Angeles Times reported that copies of the tapes have slipped out of Atlanta and are in wide circulation around the country. This was before the internet, guys. There was a time before the internet. There was a time that information was actually hard to get. And
there was a time when you had to record tape to tape.
That's right. Exactly. Right. And it turned out one of the girls was 16 years old. The other one was 22. Lowe claimed that he hadn't realized the girl was underage because she was at a nightclub. Otherwise, he wouldn't have agreed to have been robbed. But I made that last part up. That's the funny part. Anyway, no matter, the teen's mother immediately sued Rob Lowe for using his celebrity status to entice her daughter into making a pornographic tape. So anyway, it goes on and on and on.
So she robbed him twice is what you're saying.
Yeah, but then the daughter robbed him, and the mother said, "No, that's not robbery. Hold my Chardonnay." And she went to town on this guy.
I was not aware Cardi B was that old.
And yes, Rob Lowe was on the West Wing.
The only person who really remained by Rob Lowe's side when that happened, evidently, was Jodie Foster, who they had done some movie with. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, Lowe settled the case out of court with a whole big honking bunch of money. And on the criminal side, he pled no contest and agreed to perform 20 hours of community service.
That's really light sentencing for that. He's lucky.
And
Yeah.
now he sells Adkins stuff.
And is still known for his brilliantly blue eyes.
My sister
actually, it was about a month later he got sober. That was when he went to rehab.
Well,
Probably
wouldn't you call that a
yeah.
come to Jesus meeting,
Yeah.
Skep?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. In fact,
That boy saw his whole life flash before his eyes.
in my experience, that's called getting off light.
Yeah.
Truly.
So round 2, apparently.
Round 2. And since
You mean there's more?
There's 3.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
there's this and then a final Jeopardy. He really took the format without any of the grace or style.
All right.
Let's go for Innovations 100 again.
Or intelligence.
Wait, we got the same.
Categories.
Yes, and I told you already. This one was. This round was based on the round that we played with Skep, Terry, and not Skep, but
Kyler.
Terry Delahazed and Shio.
Oh, right, gotcha. Okay.
So,
Alrighty then.
So Innovations 100.
Innovations 100.
Rant that fell in southern India in July 2001 was this color, scaring the superstitious.
I think
Red.
rain.
I'm just reading it as it's written.
Yep.
Red.
What would be red?
So I'll get Sora to that one first.
Yeah, Sora.
That's Sora?
Get that.
okay. All right.
Where are we going, Sora?
Let's go cross. Let's do written word. Can zigzag.
These 2,000-year-old texts were published in full for the first time in 2001 after 54 years of study.
Dead Sea
Ooh.
Scrolls.
What are the Dead Sea?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get beach to it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to choose a category, Skep?
Oh, I have to do that? The print is so small. The print's so small. I didn't get my little magnifying glass up there. Let's do Global View 100.
View for 100.
This Midwestern U.S. state puzzles postal workers with 5 different towns called Rome.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm trying to remember this one and I can't. Prospero's Diary. Nice.
We have a guest from the chat. Elwin is already in
Georgia?
there.
I think it's Georgia.
It's
Because there is a
Midwest.
Rome, Georgia, but there's the Rome, Texas, but there's only one Rome, Texas. Rome.
The time's up, so I
It's not a Midwestern state. I know about Rome, Georgia, though.
And it is Ohio,
Ohio.
so nobody gets any points.
Yep.
Ohio.
Has
Rome,
5
Ohio.
Romes.
How did
I
they
did
differ?
not know
I'm interested now.
Zip
Were
code.
any of them
or
built
postal
in a
code.
day?
Well, they weren't even built in the same location. What do you think?
Just because they weren't built in the same location doesn't mean that one of them didn't pop up in a day. So Skep would still be your selection.
All right, let's do Global View 200.
Tourists flock to see the implosion of landmark hotels in the 1990s in this city.
Wow.
Vegas?
Yeah, definitely Las Vegas. You're right. Sang got it right.
Yeah.
I would have guessed either Vegas or Atlantic City. So, yep.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Innovations 200.
This planet is rapidly losing its carbon dioxide ice
What is
cap.
Mars? What is Mars?
Told you wouldn't be able to finish the questions.
Okay, back 300 on Global View.
This U.S. state attracts throngs and throngs to the world fire knife dance competition. Is it just
Hawaii.
me?
What
or-
is Nevada?
We've got Hawaii. We've got Nevada.
That was Throngs and Thongs.
Okay, well,
It's either Burning Man or it's something in Hawaii. You know, it's going to be something like that. You know.
And it is.
The answer is
Yay!
Hawaii.
Hawaii. All right, there you go.
Anybody else notice that these global view questions have a lot of U.S. stuff to?
Yeah. I don't think.
It's the U.S.
Oh.
globe.
Johnny has a
That
very
was-
British view of the U.S. I guess.
You know,
That was Sora
Trivia
that got
Pursuit
that.
has a very British view of this. Of the.
Of the U.S., yeah, very definitely.
I took these from Trivia Pursuit. Don't blame me.
Green Badger Outdoors, New Jersey. Yeah, that sounds like a Jersey thing. Definitely.
Sora gets pick.
Sorry, you get the board. Where are we going?
Written word 200, please.
This intergalactic thespian titled his autobiography, Get a Life.
What is William Shatner?
No, maybe. Yeah, could be.
I think it was.
Oh, good job.
Intergalactic was. I had either that or perhaps it was Nimoy. Let's go Innovations 300.
This familiar tone consists of 2 overlapping frequencies of
What is a dial
300
tone?
The reason for that whistle.
I'm almost wishing we had the buzzers going. Like that would have
I'm
been.
like,
Skip,
You want to choose one, Skip?
Let's see. Let's do Global View for 400.
For 400.
So help me God, this is another U.S. question. 500 native tribes convene to this state in the annual Gathering of Nations.
Okay. That's the Sioux. Is it Minnesota or Wisconsin? Or South Dakota? Wow, it's going to be one of those. I bet you. But I don't know. Somebody with native blood has got to figure this one out. I could look it up, but
We have a
Don't know.
Guess from chat. Let's see if they are correct. They guessed Montana, and it was New Mexico.
My birth state. Interesting. I just figured it was the Sioux Nation. Didn't think it would be Navajos, but there you go.
My guess would have been Oklahoma anyway.
Oh, we don't even get our 37 tribes together. We ain't getting 500.
Yeah, that was the thing about Oklahoma. Oklahoma was a deposit point, and those tribes were not naturally allied.
And plus, no one's gonna be like, Oklahoma, really? A little on the nose.
Yeah.
And Skep gets the command of the
All right,
again.
500 for global view. Let's finish it up.
This vehicle has been raced annually since 1825 in Venice's Regatta Storica.
Finally, something that isn't
I know
America-centric.
I know the Venice Regatta.
Testarossa?
No, a regatta is it's a sailing thing.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Um,
Sorry. Nope.
well, I guess
canal
regatta
boats?
just means race, really. So it actually could be, but
I'm thinking Venice, so
yeah, I have no idea. No idea.
gondolas.
Oh,
Okay.
come on.
When I
Okay.
said canal boats,
Okay.
does that count as
This-
gondolas? Or?
Okay, a vehicle is something with wheels, and that's why a gondola
Yeah.
is a vehicle.
I
because
say we
it
all
has
write a
wheel.
strongly worded letter to Trivial Pursuit when this is done.
Gondola, canal boats, do those count? Because I said, what are canal boats?
No,
Canal
the
boats have a wheel?
gondolas. No, canal boats. There are many canal boats. Gondolas are a specific type of trust me, when you go to Venice, there are other kinds of boats in the canals,
Fair
but the
enough.
gondolas are one of a kind. Now, there are some parts of the canal system that are restricted to gondolas only, but still, no, there are other boats.
So that would mean that Skep still has command.
All right, let's go written word for 300.
The Gospel According to the Sun was penned in 1997 based off his autobiography. And notice autobiography is in quotations.
Huh. The Gospel According to the Sun.
There's.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Is it by the?
Bill Cosby. Nice.
So the
There's
chat did
a-
get that one because Terry said Jesus question mark.
All right, let's go to innovations for 400.
This name was given to Ororin
To Genesis.
to Genesis, a 6 million-year-old man unearthed in Ethiopia in 2000.
It's the. Goddamn, is it the Iceman?
I think
The Millennium Man. Damn.
So
Yep.
All right, let's do innovations 500. Excuse me.
This two-word term did the marketing department at Pharmacia coin to avoid mentioning incontinence in ads. This two-word term did the marketing department at Pharmacia coin to avoid mentioning incontinence in ads.
I played the fifth.
Yeah, I think Elwin got it because I was about to say, what is bladder control as well? And
Overactive bladder. Make your overactive bladder gladder. Today with Pharmacy is new. Amazing soft diapers.
So
Okay,
Still Skep.
written word for 400.
Keep written word for 400.
Yep. This French novel was penned by Francois angering Victor Hugo's heirs.
It's Cosette. It's the one about Les Miserables. It's called Cosette, I think. My sister talked about that.
Oh, it is Les Miserables.
It's Les Miserables, but the name of the novel was actually Cosette.
Again, strongly worded letter to Trivia Pursuit, folks.
Yeah, fair.
At least according to my sister. She might be wrong. Anyway, written word for 500. Let's do this.
According to a Melissa Muller book, this celebrated teen and her family were written to have been ratted out by cleaning lady Lena Van Blatteren.
Who's Anne Frank?
Yeah.
And Skep with the points.
Yep.
Look at that
Alrighty.
smart Taurus.
Let's do shit. Nothing I'm good at. News for 100.
On January 16th, 1991, Operation Desert Shield became known as this.
The Iraq War.
I don't think
the
that is
Iraq-
acceptable.
Operation Iraqi Freedom.
I don't think that is correct either.
Damn. What the hell did they call it?
Afghanistan? I don't know.
Let's see if they've got it in the chat before Johnny pulls that up.
It was like Desert Saber or something.
The correct answer is a Desert Storm.
Oh,
Operation
really?
Desert Storm.
Yeah, that's what it was. Desert Storm. That's right. Not Desert Saber. I don't know where that came from.
I thought it was something
What is-
different because
I thought
everyone
that was the one
Desert
with the-
Storm is everyone knows
90s.
that one. Why would I didn't realize it was had two names.
Desert Shield was what it was before when they were staging
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia. Once they crossed over into Kuwait, it became Operation Desert Storm.
Oh,
I could've
okay.
sworn that was the 90s one. My mistake.
Yeah, it's on January 16th, 1991.
No.
It was beginning the question.
Okay.
Iraqi Freedom was the one that my son, when he was a Marine, went over
Yeah,
there
that
and
was
fought in
the
Iraq for 2
2000s.
tours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in 2000s and when it was
2005,
That was my
yeah.
mistake.
Metallic Operation Sandy Cheeks.
No kidding. All right, news for 200. Let's do this.
News for 2.
Larry Little Taffy Craig and Mike Prune Juice Crapo were senators from this state.
New Jersey? Darn.
That is incorrect.
Now, Mike Crapo, he's Idaho or Washington? I think he's
I'm
Idaho.
going with Idaho.
Idaho, that's what I'm saying.
Were they Idaho? I think they were Idaho. That was
They
Idaho.
were.
Oh, that's right. I lived in Spokane
everyone-
for a while.
Everyone forgets about Larry Craig. They remember he was busted in the Minneapolis airport, so they automatically think Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were in fact from Idaho. So
Hey, did you like my nicknames for him?
I was gonna say that seemed a
Prune
little
juice.
little
Prune
spicy
juice
for
Crapo.
little spicy for Trivial Pursuit.
300.
All right. Let's do
News
this.
for 3.
In 2001, pundit Christopher Hitchens demanded this former U.S. Secretary of State be
Henry
tried as a war
Kissinger.
criminal.
Yeah, Kissinger.
Let's go for 400.
All right. This Lolita got into trouble with Albion prison authorities for dyeing her hair with purple Kool-Aid. I think I know who this one is, but let's see if the chat or our contestants
I
can get
have
it.
no idea. I don't even have a guess.
I'm trying to remember this.
I'm trying to remember
Albion
who the
prison
hell it
is
was.
just not an area of my studies.
I think you're focusing on the wrong part of the question.
What
Skep.
is? Was it Fisher? That did that? Amy Fisher?
Who is Amy Fisher? That's correct. The Long Island Lolita shot her lover's wife in the face.
I remember Amy Fisher. I just don't remember dyeing her hair purple.
Let's go 500 for news.
Oh, come on, Johnny. Really?
And the bell.
Observateur was suing in 1997 for calling this Arab leader a poor simpleton, cretin, and a monster.
Ooh, hmm. I mean, there are so many simpleton, cretin monsters who are Arab leaders. It's really
You got to reach back to the 90s though. Which one back then?
Khomeini? I don't know. No,
Sarkozy? Is it Sarkozy?
No, Sarkozy was
No.
a French.
Yeah, he was
premier.
French.
Sarkozy's
Arab
French.
leader.
Yeah, sorry, Arab. Fuck.
Probably
Oh,
the
Hussein. It must have been Hussein.
I would guess
1990
Arafat, but that's me.
yeah.
Saddam
Saddam
Hussein.
Hussein. Yeah.
Now, you did say one previously. Should I take the points for that one?
Yeah, I mean, French and Arab, that's...
And then would the points be added back on for the right answer now?
Yes, you subtract the one, you subtract the number of points for the wrong answer, and then you add them back for a negative zero. That's exactly what happens.
Technically, I'm not supposed to let him answer twice.
Yeah.
Yes. So go with his first answer, and if that's the way you're going to do it, it's going to be a hard ass.
So who's got the board?
That's not how we run things around here.
Sanguine.
Sanguine still has it. Sanguine
Okay.
still has it.
Let's go sound and screen 100.
Tipper Gore was none too pleased when Darling Nikki was released in 1984 by this artist.
Was it Prince? Who is Prince?
That is
Well,
the
it was on
correct
Purple
answer.
Rain, so yeah.
I'm terrible with song names. I couldn't remember if it was him or someone else. Sound and screen 200.
Jeff Goldblum was joined by Jim Carrey and Damon Wayans for As Aliens for this comedy flick.
I'm at a loss. I have no guess at all.
I imagine the chat will
What
probably
is
get
it?
this one first, but I do know
Girls
the
Are
answer.
Easy?
Oh, Sanguine with the correct answer.
300. Same column.
This Coen Brothers film spawned an album that makes hillbilly music cool,
Oh, Brother,
according
Where
to
Art
Rolling Stone.
Yep.
Very
Yes, I got
good.
one.
Excellent, Sora.
And for anyone who hasn't heard, the soundtrack is phenomenal. It's really good.
It is.
Yep.
It is very
It is.
good.
It
Yes.
is really is. It's,
And
The
one of
movie's
the
good too.
girls
all right,
in that.
take it away, Sora.
You're
Oh,
saying-
sound and screen. Let's finish it off because I don't know sports.
This film was the first to feature Arnold Schwarzenegger biting off a vulture's head.
You mean
What
there
is
was more than one film that featured Arnold Schwarzenegger biting off a vulture's head? Was this a popular theme? with
I
it?
think you should talk to Johnny about the punctuation involved in this write-up, but you take it however you want, Skep.
Yeah.
Is it Conan?
What is Conan the Barbarian? I think.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
Yay.
what it was.
Elwin in
This is
chat
very
did say
scientific word.
Conan, but I think the Jeopardy judges wouldn't give you the or would they give you that, not having the whole title?
Yeah, there's Conan the Barbarian, and I think there's Conan the Destroyer.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
both of
them.
I
too
don't know.
ambiguous.
I don't know if there was a third one.
Conan
Red
that ate
Sonja.
Cincinnati.
There was
Up
Red
until
Sonja.
yeah, and then the remake. So yeah,
All right, so who's got the board?
Terry Mantis says L1 clearly meant Conan O'Brien. Hey, Terry with the valued insight.
Let's finish off sound and screen.
This feminist folkie was bounced by David Letterman's producers for refusing to swap her anti-racist ballad for a more upbeat song.
Oh, Joan Baez.
was it?
Or was it Judy Collins? I think it was Joan.
I
I
really
think it was
need to.
Joan. I would imagine it was Joan.
I really need to keep the.
Oh, Andy
Andy
DeFranco. I've
DeFranco.
never even
DeFranco.
heard of that person.
Yeah, nor
I
have I.
know the name, but I couldn't tell you any of her music.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard that name before, but I couldn't place it
this
to
is-
save my life.
She's
Actually,
kind of
there
like
was
the Lilith Fair type, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Actually-
was going to guess with Elwyn as either Sinead O'Connor, or I was going to guess
Sinbad O'Connor.
Shithead O'Connor.
Sinbad O'Connor.
That's beautiful.
Fantastic. The comedic musical stylings of Sinbad O'Connor.
Killed it, Paul.
So
The reggae.
this California ball club won 9 of the first 14 games in which the jumping rally monkey appeared on the scoreboard.
The fuck?
This
Um,
is a baseball reference for those of you unaware.
Yeah.
Is there a real monkey?
A monkey.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a like that monkey from Friends.
Oh, okay. That's cute.
It's got to be the Padres, the Dodgers, the Giants, or the Angels, or anybody else playing baseball. Nope, those are the 4.
Time has run out, and we've only got one chat in,
That
or
was
one
the
guess
Angels.
in chat.
Angels. Okay.
Very good. Angels in the outfield.
This boxer socked away more money than any non-heavyweight boxer in history in 2001.
Sugar Ray Leonard. Just my, that is a wild ass guess. Nothing but.
I don't think so.
All right.
But I'm willing to put that
I'll-
money back if I was wrong.
Take a hazard and Floyd Mayweather.
It was Oscar
I was
De La
wrong.
Hoya.
It was Oscar.
I-
Sweetness.
I was wrong.
Sweet Oscar De La Hoya.
Sugar Ray Leonard. That was more 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sanguine was at 3,000.
He
Was
he had that comeback fight. That
Oh
was
no, it
after
wasn't 3,000, but he got it wrong. So
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, moving on to 300. Sports Illustrated likened this team's 41-10 annihilation of the Patriots in a Super Bowl to the British cavalry charge at Baklava.
Balaclava.
I'm not even trying with Johnny's spelling anymore. I don't know.
Was
I
the
can't
Fal-
trust
it
this.
was the
Spelled
Falcons.
correctly.
It was the Falcons, by the way. But I'm just has to be the Falcons.
It was the Chicago Bears.
I figured it was the Atlanta Falcons because I know that they beat the crap out of New England, and it was something like 41-10.
So moving on to 400.
Mm-hmm.
This league replaced the slogan "In the Grass" with "Kill the Quarterback," according to ESPN, the magazine.
ESPN, Docho.
USFL. USFL is what I would say. Just guessing.
It was the XFL, owned by Vince McMahon.
I haven't even heard of that.
It was an arena league where.
Oh,
again,
that was
it was-
arena football. That's
Yeah,
right.
pretty much, yeah.
I remember this now.
Yeah, he bought it in the 2000s. Don't let the booze get you down. This president gave advice to Darryl Strawberry during a 1989 slump.
Oh, that's nice advice. Get his down
That would
what,
be
though?
George H.W. Bush was the president then, if they're talking about this president. Otherwise, I don't know.
I don't know if it would be
Could be
Kathy
Jimmy
Bush.
Carter. Well, I mean, if they're saying it was the current U.S. president,
Yeah, if they were saying
1989,
that, yeah.
that if and the question seems to imply that,
Yeah, I think it was
So let's see.
no, it doesn't say former president.
It was Richard Nixon.
Like a good question would. have
I,
said.
I was going to say, like Daryl Strawberry, he had problems with the Peruvian marching powder, and Patty Bush was very much anti-drug. So
Mhm.
I don't know. 89.
So was Nixie Boy.
Aha! I knew when to stop
Yay.
answering questions because I had no
All right.
clue.
And Johnny, are you still hell bent on doing the final Jeopardy?
Yeah, it's only one question, so it's not gonna hurt anyone. I don't think.
No question added yet. Add now.
It's over here.
Ah,
Final
I
factile?
just
So,
gotta give everyone.
are we going to the final, or are we going to?
Yeah, we are going to the final. I got.
Okay.
I just gotta give you guys the money because it won't let me just put it in.
Yep.
It's gotta make me go through the annoying buzzers.
so while he's doing that, how are you guys in chat doing? We haven't asked you guys any questions yet. Elwyn obviously is a big Jeopardy fan. She's been killing it tonight.
They're not really chatting because they've been doing nothing but guessing.
Yeah, I know, right?
These questions. It's not a typical chat at all tonight.
Okay.
I wish I knew what Talik was answering Uncle Fester with.
Well, she's making fun of Elwyn's Sinead, and people say that Sinead O'Connor looks like Uncle Fester because of the bald head.
All right. So
Mhm.
how much do you want to bid?
Damn, I'm the first one up. That means I can't do it strategically. I'll go half in.
Okay, so
1,400.
and Skep.
All
Audience? All
Whatever
in?
I've got, I don't know how much money I've got, but whatever I've got, put it in there.
You're down 200 behind Sanguine, so you're sitting 2,600, going
Hmm.
all in.
Going all in.
Sora's at negative 900.
I'd like to put in my
All in?
magic.
You want to double or nothing, Sora?
Yeah.
I want to phone in the loan shark.
Sora gets it right. She's now at negative 1,800.
Well, no, that she'd break even.
Yeah.
If she does it wrong, she's a negative 1,800, and then she's got to pay the VIG. It was the only state in the 1790 census to claim a slave population of 0. The only state in the 1790 census to claim a slave population of 0. And we'll be right back with more Final Jeopardy after these messages.
Okay. How do I record my answer? Because I know the answer already. You know, how do I record it? Do I just blurt it out?
Just wait till the timer goes out, and then we'll yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm just the voice of this outfit. He's the brains of the operation.
Okay.
All right, since the timer has reached 0,
You want me to give you the correct answer?
yes.
It's Massachusetts.
Okay.
Yep, Maine and Massachusetts, I think. Because wait, it's only one? I could have sworn it was two.
No, Maine
Maine.
Maine
Yeah.
does not count.
Maine doesn't count?
Maine does not count.
Why does Maine not count?
Because it's got a funny shape.
Fair enough. So then if Maine doesn't count, then it has to be Mass.
It was Massachusetts.
Elwyn's guessing Pennsylvania. Cannibalist Wizard says Montana.
And it
Talik
doesn't-
said Zimbabwe, which doesn't even qualify as a state, let alone a U.S. state.
Yeah.
And Skep had it right. It was
Yay!
Massachusetts. I told you need something better than that, Johnny.
Yeah, I kind of figured I would, but I mean, it was other stuff like, what's the capital of Montana? Like, no, I'm not giving you that.
How
Helena.
much wood would
Helena.
a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Helena is the capital of Montana.
Yes,
Just so you
it
know.
is. In case anyone didn't know.
Yeah.
But no, that's pretty much it.
Very nice.
That is, it's something interesting. I figured I'd throw together.
So
That
when
was
it,
fun.
people will look back to tonight's show and they'll say, "Who won?" And the answer will be America won.
well, it was pretty much every question in the global view section. So yeah,
Yeah.
That was funny. Oh my
That was
God.
fun.
Yeah. Usually with a bit more planning, those turn out to be a little bit better, but it worked out for what we got.
You have to start somewhere, and tossing it into the deep sounds like a good place to start.
You know, I used to be pretty good at trivia type stuff. But what I noticed is that I stopped caring. Oh, sometime around 2000, about 1995, 2000, I just said, you know what? I've got enough. I've got enough of that kind of knowledge. I don't care to keep digging, keep current, keep, the breadth. And I went into a little more depth in some areas in my life. Instead of being the proverbial general specialist of Robert A. Heinlein's Moon is a Harsh Mistress. And as a result, for stuff about musical groups or sporting teams in the last 20 years,
Screwed out of luck.
I am just shit out of luck. I really, truly am.
Yep. I've never been good with sports teams.
well, how much more time do we got for tonight, Johnny?
I guess we can now just bullshit until everyone decides they need to go home.
You want to go ahead and talk a little about reservation dogs, or do you want to wait until you've seen episode 2?
I want to at least make it to episode 3, so I can give it the full.
What is Reservation
It's
Dogs?
not going to make it from here.
Reservation Dogs is a new show on FX that just premiered exclusively on Hulu for the first couple episodes to stream.
Mm-hmm.
It is following a group of 4 young indigenous people as they scrounge money as petty criminals in small town eastern Oklahoma to make their escape to California. It's supposed to be a half-hour comedy show.
And the first episode was depressing as hell.
It averages about like one funny scene an episode so far of the 2 episodes I've seen.
So it's doing a little bit better than the Hanny Gads, the school of comedy, but not much.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is part of the new look at comedy of it's funny, not funny.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stuff. Sounds
well. It's already causing some people are talking about it online, or at least on Twitter that I've seen, because they've been advertising it like crazy on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the creators of the show I can't ever pronounce his name right. The director that did Thor Ragnarok. And
Waititi.
Yeah, that guy. And there's another gentleman who he grew up in my neck of the woods. He's grew up in Holdenville, Oklahoma. His name is Sterling Harjo. He's the Indian in this outfit here. He is Seminole and Muskogee Creek. And I've seen people arguing about it because it's like I said, it's not very funny for a comedy show, but people are defending it because brown people.
Mm-hmm.
And pardon me, there are folks, it's like saying that this is supposed to be showing what life on the res is like. It's like, no, this is Oklahoma. We don't have life on the res here. Oklahoma, even though we have like the most federally recognized tribes in any state, we don't have reservations like you would see depicted on TV or movies. It's not like, the upper plains, like the Sioux or the Lakota, or even out west with the Navajo and so on and so forth.
Or the Sibiki Apache type things in northeastern Arizona.
Yeah, in Oklahoma, a lot of the land was doled out by allotment. So an individual tribal member would get an individual parcel of land. It wasn't just collectively given to the tribes to do with as they pleased. And that's part of the reason why we don't have a lot of the same problems, or at least at the same rate, I guess, as the reservations because they're completely, separate. That's once you go onto a reservation land, you're on reservation land.
Mhm.
Whereas here, it's pretty well integrated between law enforcement, citizens, so on and so forth. It's overlapping jurisdictions, and you may have somebody who's got Indian land right next to a white person or a black person that's got a spread. So the idea that these people are saying, "Oh, well, it's supposed to be like showing what life is like on the res," like you have no clue what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So they're, rather than having it be government land that is earmarked, you aren't allowed to sell, you aren't allowed to do anything like that. It was just given, and people could do with what they wanted.
Well,
Is that what
There are places like that in Oklahoma. There are also traditional reservation lands in Oklahoma where the prohibition against transference and certain types of use still exist. It's kind of a mixed bag, but there is very much. It's a very heterogeneous environment. It's not homogeneous like when you go to South Dakota or like the northeastern part of Arizona. It's just fucking sad.
Mhm.
You see these depressing reservations with it's hopeless drunk people wandering around, kids who aren't getting any kind of an education. You look at their schools, look at their facilities; it's all crap, and it's all descended from that separate but quote unquote equal, meaning separate but inferior. Uh, uh, Plessy versus Ferguson court ruling from years and years ago, which was correctly overturned. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going on a rant about that. It's just the reservations, the traditional reservations break your heart. Absolutely, drive around and you will just go, you'll get mad.
And it seems much the same as a lot of the classic examples of that which is owned by everyone is maintained by no one and abused by everyone.
Yeah,
Because they don't own their land, they don't own their home, so
they got no
why the
investment,
fuck
no
should
personal
they maintain
investment at all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
they aren't able to pass it on and improve upon it or decide, you know what, I'm going to sell this plot and get that plot over there. So there's no point in actually doing anything to improve your lot.
now with those allotments, if you're half blood or more, you have to get authorization through the Bureau of Indian Affairs to transfer land.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're less than a half blood of whichever tribe, you don't have to go through that. So really, it's kind of an incentive, I guess, for
Miscegenation.
miscegenation, yes. But I mean, that was the only time when I was working at the law office that I had to deal with the BIA at all, as if I was working for a client that had Indian land.
That's not a bureaucracy.
Oh no, not at all.
Fuck.
But
I had to deal with those guys too.
Here, the funny thing is, though, it's like it's getting to the point more and more. Like another thing, a problem I have with that show is it does seem to be leaning into some stereotypes. Like they've got the tribal police officer, Big, which good actor, Zahn McLaren.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the long hair with the braid and everything, and the writing they have for him is like, dude, this sounds so stereotypical and shit. And then also, I think Holdenville, that's Choctaw territory if I'm not mistaken. But like Choctaw Tribal Police, you've got a spectrum of different colors as the police. We have in the Choctaw Police right now, we've got a ginger working for the Choctaw Police. We got black guys working for the Choctaw Police. It's not just some dude with a turquoise choker and a braid.
But they're not going for reality. They're going for what they think are people's stereotypes. They're probably hitting pretty close to the mark.
When Johnny and I watched it, I was like, yeah, these stereotypes would hit close to the mark if this was set in like South Dakota or Montana or Wyoming, maybe the Upper Plains. Sure,
that's the way most people think of those type of things. They don't think of a cosmopolitan, diverse police force, on Choctaw land.
Well,
And-
it's not
and
necessarily even that.
Most
It's,
people most people don't realize that the individual tribes that are that the tribes
Individual
themselves. The tribes are highly individuated, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
And they can't stand each other.
Yeah, like you read about.
If you want to see some real racism in 2021 in America,
Mhm.
go ask a Choctaw dude about the Chickasaws or the
Or
Cherokee
ask a Navajo about an Apache.
oh, fuck the Navajo.
or a
Apaches
Cheyenne,
are the lowest of the low, even
Or,
lower than Hopi.
or even like Cheyenne and Crow. Like,
But
they can't fucking stand each other.
yeah, I mean, if this guy, I mean, I can see this. I can see this being like FX, be like, hey, maybe we should go in this direction because that would play to more. Maybe this guy wanted to tell the story of like getting out of small town Oklahoma and how depressing it can be, and for a native kid and whatnot, and dealing with the stereotypes of years gone by and so on.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been an interesting story, and it could have been funny as hell too. Problem is, that's I mean, what they're putting on screen is not Oklahoma.
Oh, and the first, and me and Kyler had the
Fair
same thought within the first like 5 minutes. The character Cheese, as they rip off this food truck and they sell it to a bunch of meth heads. The character Cheese, who's sitting with the truck, introduces himself. He's like, "Yeah,
And he gives us pronouns.
my pronouns are," and I'm me
He,
and Kyler
him,
was like,
his.
fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was immediately just like, all right, I'm already gonna hate this show. Like,
Or
But
the fact
guys, don't you know that the modern gender conception is just going back to the native idea of gender, and how the native idea of gender was so much more enlightened than the Western ideal of gender? I mean, look at all these tribes that had third genders and fourth genders and two spirits.
I call bullshit because I am older than Two Spirit. Okay, that shit didn't come out until the 90s.
Yep.
So
But they'll
were
start-
Native Americans the first furries?
That feels like one of those.
Don't lay that
philosophical-
degenerate shit at my feet, white man.
I think you have to go back to the Egyptians, possibly earlier, to get the first furries.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
they really love their cats.
They decapitated, or Horus accidentally decapitates Isis. What do? They grab a cow's head, they sew it onto Isis. She has a cow head now. That's our goddess.
and you're right, Camel. This guy, like, he hit the emergency brake on that reply line real fast.
Yeah, because I Skep, I got into an argument with a guy about this show because I've watched both of the episodes they've got streaming so far.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I said, there were a couple of funny moments in the show, but not enough for you to invest a full half hour. For a half hour comedy, I'm expecting a line, at least, a minute, something that's going to keep me laughing.
We've all got attention spans that have been tuned by YouTube to last about the same as an attention span of a gnat.
Well, I'm not even going off of my YouTube watching, because I'm sitting here listening to 12-hour live streams, Sitch and Adam, EFAP. I'm listening to Monkey do 2 hours at a time at least. And, that's a lot of, extemporaneous speaking that's still humorous and engaging. But I'm going back to previous shows that have been on FX, like in the past decade. My girlfriend and I are rewatching Justified right now, which great show. I can't recommend that one enough. That's an hour-long drama.
And I'm sorry, what's the name of it again?
Justified.
Justified. Okay.
Yeah, it's based
this
off of
Reservation Dogs does not sound like anything I'm going to watch.
Well, Justified is based off an Elmore Leonard short story, Fire in the Hole.
Oh, I like Elmore Leonard. Leonard. He wrote that. Get Shorty.
Yeah,
I read that book. I love that so much. I just rewatched that movie.
And it's got Timothy Oliphant is playing the lead, Raylan Givens, and it's one of those roles that fits him about as well as the hat he wears in the show, just perfectly. If you liked him as Seth Bullock in Deadwood, I think this would be a good show to jump into after that.
Cool.
But it's got him, Walton Goggins. Dick Searcy plays the chief deputy marshal. Yeah, it's a great show. And like I said, it's an hour-long drama, and it still had me laughing more in an episode, any random episode I pick out, than the full hour, 2 episodes of that Reservation Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Because the writing is good, the character development is good. They introduce their dead friend in the first episode, and you're thinking, it's like, all right, well, how'd he die? What happened? Because that's part of their motivation for wanting to get out of this shithole little Oklahoma town. They say that this place killed him. Well, how? I'm 2 episodes in. I still don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what their motivation is for leaving, other than it's bumfuck Oklahoma, which I can appreciate. But I kind of like bumfuck Oklahoma, so you got to give me more than that to say like why you're so desperate to leave.
Mm-hmm. And this kind of reminds me of, I think it was last week that we talked about it, where the quality of comedies has gone down drastically, especially when it comes to spoof comedies.
I'll give you another example from the same network, FX. Sons of Anarchy. All it is Hamlet on Harleys.
Yep.
They still managed to make that funnier in an hour-long show than this.
Mm-hmm.
They found more humor in Hamlet than these people found in his own life experience, I guess, whatever he's drawing off of to write this.
Yeah.
So the premise is good. There's potential there. I'm not going to lie. It has the potential to be a good show.
Maybe it'll get better.
I'm hoping.
We'll just have to listen for your reports. I mean, Hamlet was actually a pretty funny guy for a guy from Denmark. Those people are dull as dishwater.
Wasn't he like? Didn't he go away for like a summer abroad or something before the start of the story anyway?
Yeah,
so maybe he
took a gap year.
Yeah, he got some culture and grew a sense of humor.
One can only hope.
But no, Skep is really fun. Like I said, people have been, since they've been promoting it so much, people started commenting on the show like, "Oh, I loved it. It was hilarious." It was like, you're lying out your ass. But of course, there's the racial component as well, because this is current year. So this one guy, he gives a pretty succinct, tweet as to summing up the show that I would agree with. I tried out 2 episodes. I wanted it to be good. It's not funny. The acting isn't great. The writing isn't good. The show is just not funny. It's lame. This guy, he responds to this gentleman. He says, "The problem is that you're white."
Yeah, I didn't realize. You're so right. I am white, and that is my problem.
Which, of course, if you look at the dude's profile picture, him and a white lady, they're both white. Yeah, okay. I don't see how that negates what he had to say. So me with my cartoon cigarette, camel avatar. The problem is that the show's ass. Him being white has nothing to do with it. Dude's just like, shut the fuck up, Horatio.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "I'll defend it all I want against anyone with the level of arrogance you have, idiot boy. Your mom should have let you drip down the side of her leg, and I wouldn't have to entertain this conversation with someone who has no clue what it's like to live on a res."
Ooh, the self-righteousness is strong in this.
And then you pointed out that
I said, "Which res in Oklahoma did you grow up on?" "I've lived on my tribe's land all my life." Guess what? Res life isn't a thing here, which adds to the argument that the show's writing is shit.
Mm.
And that's when he turns on a dime. I can agree with you on that. My first impression was that the show glamorizes life on the res. I'm from North Dakota and live on the smallest res in the whole state. It's pretty inaccurate, but that doesn't make the show that bad. Given a chance, it has potential. It gave me a few laughs.
Oh. A few laughs is not enough when it comes to a comedy show.
Yeah.
a few laughs is a drama show that has some jokes written in,
And even then, I expect a couple more than just a few laughs from a drama, because you can work in a character that has a dark sense of humor. And I'm sorry, I was an EMT and a correction officer.
Mm.
You say something fucked up, I'm gonna laugh.
Well, Shameless, I think, kind of does that well. I've only seen bits and pieces of the show, but there's lots of pretty dark, sad humor in that one.
Are we talking the original British version or the American Showtime?
Remake. The American remake. I haven't seen the original one.
Last I saw, the original was on Netflix. I really only got through the first season because the first season, the American and British ones aren't too terribly different. I guess maybe it's like The Office, like they kind of kept with it, for a short while and then branched off to do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I want comedy, I can turn on, just watch Steve Hofstadter's channel or somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz. Any of those guys. And just sit there and giggle my butt off until I'm tired of that and I don't want comedy for a little while.
Andrew Schultz does John Oliver's bit better than John Oliver, in my opinion.
Or shit, you can watch old movies like Top Secret. It has been out for 30 plus years now?
Yeah.
Hot Shots, man.
And I will still laugh my ass off at the underwater Western barroom brawl scene from Top Secret.
Oh, that is a very good one. Yes.
Yeah, for those who haven't seen it, watch the movie, because at a certain point there's an underwater fist fight out of nowhere in a Western saloon at the bottom of a lake that just starts appearing in bits and pieces around the fight, so that you'll be seeing them fighting and there's nothing around them. Next thing, one of them slams the other guy into a bar top and there's just a bartender behind it.
There's
polishing
a saloon
a glass
girl.
with a rag. And they're all underwater. You see the bubbles rise up from them. Absolutely hilarious scene, because you're just going, what the fuck? And it's from that old school of spoof movies like Airplane, Top Secret, Spy Hard, all of those old ones. The Naked Gun series. And okay.
Oh, I was just going to say, I love the Hot Shots movies. I loved seeing Lloyd Bridges fencing against Saddam Hussein with a cell phone.
Yep.
Airplane really.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Sora.
I think it's in Hot Shots Part 2. I think it's in that one. It's with the girlfriend with the really
with the mole.
One.
Yep.
And she's like, I'm a virgin. I'm just really bad at it. It's always been my favorite scene in any movie.
That is a great line. That is a seriously great line.
And I think the thing that those movies did the best in order to make them as funny as they are, and what new comedies don't seem to do at fucking all, which is the problem, is everything was said as if it was of the most grave import and just entirely serious. So it wasn't them waiting after telling a joke with this kind of waiting for the laugh to die down.
Played straight, yeah.
It was played entirely straight. So
do you like movies about gladiators, Billy?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen a grown man naked?
Yeah.
And the Naked Gun line of, surely you can't be serious.
No, that's Airplane.
No, that's
Airplane?
Yeah.
Right answer, wrong movie.
That's Airplane 2, actually, is what that one comes out of.
Okay. It might have been done a couple of times.
And stop calling me Shirley.
But yeah, it was, I am, and don't call me Shirley. And then they continue on with the conversation without any pause. It's just straight into the rest of the conversation.
Excuse me, does anyone know Jive?
I do.
I know Jive.
Into the Jive talk.
Or in Top Secret, do you know a little German? Yes, I do. He's sitting over there. And it's a little German man.
And They
Got the later
had-
hosen on.
They also had the policy of if there's a gag up front, everything in back has to be serious. If there's a gag or no gag up front, make everything behind just complete goddamn insanity.
And that's like, what was it, the National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1?
Mm-hmm.
When they're talking about the seriousness of the crime scene around them.
Wait,
And
is
in the
that the
back-
one with Emilio Estevez?
Yeah.
And was that Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, I haven't seen that one in forever.
And in the background, Emilio Estevez is being mauled by the dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's, again, a top secret scene does this beautifully, where in the foreground, if I remember correctly, it's the female lead is being interrogated effectively by either like a commissar or a Nazi officer, just that kind of aesthetic to the dude, as he's asking all these questions. And in the background, they had just walked into a restaurant. The male lead was in standard clothes, and he was informed that no, in order to be in this restaurant, you have to wear a suit. In most places, that means they just pull off a suit jacket, toss it around you, and you're good to go. This, they lead him off as this questioning starts, and in the background, every time that it cuts back to the face of the officer, you see him in the background getting a suit made.
Mm-hmm.
They're measuring him and like, okay, you're going to be in a pimp suit now, and now you're going to be in a zoot suit, and now you're going to be in this suit. And it's just every time it's an entirely different suit or just something weird in the measuring of his suit is happening behind. But in the front, it's this very serious. We're suspicious that there's some spies that might be trying to get into this venue.
Yeah,
And-
the rooting out the resistance.
Yeah. And they're just really dead serious up front, moving the plot forward. But in back, it is just insanity.
And just like the little things, like when they run off and meet the French resistance, and the names of the people they meet, and like the little quips that happens, like they meet, déjà vu is one of the code names, and he's like,
Yep.
"Have we met before, Monsieur?" And just like these little things, because he's looking at him, like I feel like I've seen him before. Oh, it's just so clever. I love that movie so much. It's so funny.
And I can't remember the name of the actor. He played Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. I just don't know the name either.
Yeah, I don't know his
An
name either.
old English actor. I can't for the life of me remember his name. But
Not-
he's
It's not Carl. Not
Say again?
Karloff.
no, it
it's
isn't
not- no.
Karloff.
No.
But it's that actor, the guy who played Grand Moff Tarkin in the original Star Wars.
Oh, it's Peter
Yes,
Cushing.
Peter Cushing.
Oh,
And they go to him in his bookshop, and he's supposed to be a foreigner. They film the entire scene backwards, and then they play it that way so that
is he Dutch?
yeah, he's Dutch. None
Yeah.
of them could speak Dutch. They didn't want to have to get in anyone to teach them Dutch, so they just filmed the scene with all of them doing their actions backwards and saying everything forwards, and then they played it in reverse so that they're all speaking backwards and doing everything in the proper order forwards.
Mhm.
And it starts with him with this massive magnifying glass in front of his eye, trying to look at this one old book because he's in like a book restoring shop. And they come in, he looks up at them through the magnifying glass, and then he puts the magnifying glass, and you realize the massive eye, yeah, that wasn't because of the magnifying glass. He just has this massive eye for some fucking reason. And they never make any mention of it. They never point it out, do anything like that. It's just, yep, this is the world. Everything's dead serious during that. They're putting subtitles of very important things along the bottom. But the entire time you're going, the fucking eye.
Oh man, that is savage right there.
Yeah.
You wanna hear some Twitter BS?
Go for
Oh,
it.
always.
Sure.
Did anybody here see Arnold Schwarzenegger's take on freedoms today?
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
Isn't it
yeah.
like
freedoms.
screw your freedom, wear a mask, something like that?
Yeah.
basically.
Well, he followed up with some tweets. He said, "Because," and this is a, I guess, quotation, "because with freedom comes obligations and responsibilities. Like I said, pure freedom would also mean ignoring red lights, but we don't do that because it would kill our fellow citizens." Michael Malice, he replied, he says, "If fucking the maid that made the bed you slept in with your wife was legal, would you do that? Of course not, because with freedom you have obligations and responsibilities."
Nice.
Well, that'll leave a mark.
I saw somebody else that said,
Damn.
what did they say? Angry Austrian man wants to take away freedoms. What year is it?
Nice.
He wasn't a corporal, was he?
No, his dad was a sergeant, though.
He wasn't trying to get into art school, was he?
Yeah, exactly. Landscape guy?
He was being taught paintings by George W., was he?
I just wish somebody would be like, "Hey, Arnold, you're kind of goose stepping in your father's footsteps there, pal.
Nice.
Oh.
You might wanna chill." But yeah, I'm Johnny already knows I have ADD when it comes to the internet, so
Yeah.
I was scrolling along and I saw that's like, ouch, that needs to be shared.
That might even be redundant to say that you have ADD on the internet. Everybody has ADD on the internet.
That is very true.
I'm sorry, what?
So much ADD. That,
Yeah.
so much ADD. We can't remember watching a movie.
Right, exactly. Oh my
You know,
God.
we were talking about Red 2 yesterday, and I was saying
We know we've seen it. We
I
just don't remember
a
it.
damn thing about that movie.
Red, which actually that's based on a comic book, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yes.
For those who don't know, Red was a movie released within the last decade, last 10 years. Starred Bruce Willis and John Malkovich and
Helen Mirren.
was she in the first one?
Helen Mirren was in the first one.
Okay, yeah, Helen Mirren and Morgan Freeman and Mary Louise Parker
And Carl Urban.
and Carl Urban and Rebecca Pidgeon. Yes, they're aside from Rebecca Pidgeon and Carl Urban and Mary Louise Dreyfus, all the other characters are retired like CIA agents, and Red stands for retired, extremely deadly or dangerous. Yes.
Yep.
And they made a second one, Red 2. And Johnny says he's seen it. I know I've seen it. Neither one of us can remember a single detail from that movie because I started talking about Red 1 thinking it was Red 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is something that really stayed with you then. Not a lot.
The first one was all right. For the life of me, I can't remember the second one.
I know my mom loved it. That's the only thing I know about the movie. But she loves the actors. So
Oh, yes, that's right. Assassin Ernest Borgnine was in it as well. That's right. Was that? I think that was one of his last roles, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
It
so.
has to be. It would have to be just based on when he died.
The first Red was a decent movie, but it is not the best old man action that Bruce Willis had. That has to go to, what is it, 13 blocks or 16 blocks? I always forget the number because
I think it's 13 blocks.
I think it's 16.
Okay, I could be wrong.
Yeah, there's
17 and a half.
fact,
I'm thinking of Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah, those are the two movies that I always mix up the numbers for.
Yeah,
so I always think the wrong number for the wrong movie. But
16 blocks.
yeah, that movie.
I just coincidentally was on Bruce Willis's IMDb page.
Which actually that brings us back to National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon. He had a cameo in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
They go to blow up Emilio Estevez's trailer on the beach, and they end up blowing up Bruce Willis's by mistake. Like, no, like this is whatever address. Oh, sorry, from the helicopter.
But yeah, that movie did old man action beautifully because so many action movies that have these aging actors, they want them to still be doing the stunts and shit that they did when they were younger, which makes no goddamn sense. That movie had Bruce Willis huffing and puffing like a drunken asthmatic because his character was, throughout like half the movie, he would get in a fight and then he would just be there like, okay, hold on. We need to get out. Let's go. And it would just be him dead tired, beat to shit throughout the movie. Because his character was an old dude who was a drunk for like the past 2 decades. So not in the best physical shape of his life. And then having to deal with shit.
Mm.
I don't know if you'd call this like aging action movie, but one of my really favorite movies is Going in Style. So it doesn't really have action movie stars in it. It has Morgan Freeman, Alan Arkin, and Michael Caine. And it's about like 3 guys who stage a bank robbery.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of action. There is a car chase scene, sort of.
I know that movie. It has action elements in it, no doubt about it. Even though it's a much more interesting movie than just the average action flick.
No, it's so lovely.
That was directed by Zach Braff.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Fun facts to know and share. Go ahead, Sora. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's one of those, like, I wasn't expecting. I mean, I expected probably it's going to be a good movie. I saw it on the plane the first time. So I'd be like, oh, this is a good movie to see on a plane, you know? And I was laughing, and it was such a good movie, and it just makes you feel so good.
I do have to say, one of the funniest movies that I've seen more recently was another example of old man action. It was the Liam Neeson movie about him being a plow truck driver. And his son gets killed, so he just starts killing everyone that was related to his son's death.
Cold Pursuit.
Yes.
I
kept hearing about that movie being made. I didn't know it actually came out. Wow.
Oh, it came out and it was fucking hilarious because it did something that the first time it happens, you go, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then they keep on doing it to the point where it just becomes this, like, comedy beat. And it was an intentional comedy beat because after every person dies, it pops up with their name, their birthday, their death day, and then their religious symbol. So throughout the entire movie, it's just like, you'll see someone that it looked like they died, and then it'll continue on into another scene, and then suddenly the screen will just cut when the person actually dies to black screen, white text, their name, birthday, death day, religious symbol. It does it all right.
It didn't take itself seriously.
Oh, no, it was dark comedy the entire way when it came to it. Because they did it the first couple times where you see the person die, you know they're dead, and then it snaps to that screen. And then there's just times later on in it where you're going, whatever happened to black screen?
I might have to check that out in that case, because for me, Liam Neeson, he's either one of two things. He's either that dude from the Taken movies, or he's Darkman. And Darkman was the thing. Like, I grew up watching that with like my mom and them, so that's like got a special place for me. But if I keep seeing him doing more of these like Taken type old man action movies, I'm like, dude, come on.
If you want to see a really good Liam Neeson part that's older, but like really just damn good movie, Michael Collins.
Yeah.
Does that name sound familiar to you at all, Camel?
Well, I mean, it makes me think of the IRA.
Yes, exactly. So
Makes me think of Apollo 11.
Michael
Well,
Collins,
there's that too. Yeah.
Mike Collins, I think he was dubbed the big fella, was a leader of the group that predated the IRA effectively.
And the only reason why I said IRA is because I was thinking of him being Irish, Skep. If Liam Neeson was an American boy, I probably would have thought the Apollo 11 mission.
Oh, I know. I was just having a little bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
And it's a biographic movie about him, where it starts during the Easter Rebellion of 1916 and goes until shortly after his death.
The Provisional Government of the Irish Free State.
Yep.
That was what it was called. I knew it was provisional something. I couldn't remember the rest of it. That's what I had to look it up.
Yeah, and
So
it should not be confused with the Provisional Irish Republic Army, because that's another fucked up group. The the group that predated it, the one that Skep just named, that Mike Collins was one of the leaders for, had far more of a point than later iterations. But that movie did a really good job, and it didn't try to sex it up that much. So it didn't make him seem like an absolute hero. It kind of told the story fairly straight where, yeah, he did some fucked up things. Here's the fucked up things that he did. But this is what he said to other people, why he was doing those things and all that shit. So it was a very interesting movie, and Liam Neeson plays the titular character of Mike Collins.
And Assassin says, as soon as Julia Roberts shows up, it becomes a damn chick flick. She turned a movie about the Irish War of Independence into a damn chick flick. She was in that movie, Sanguine?
Yes, she was.
She was, okay.
Did she pull like a Costner, or did she actually try to do an Irish accent?
I'm pretty sure she did an Irish accent.
The last time I heard about a movie being made about what was that Jim Sturgeon movie? What was the name of that movie? Because I think Rose McGowan was in it. She caught heat for sticking her foot in her mouth, as you do. Because she said, like, oh yeah, I totally would have been part of the IRA. Like a bunch of people in Ireland, like, excuse me, bitch. Say what now?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll look her up because her name's easier to spell. I figure out what that movie was. But yeah, that's the last time I remember them making any type of film. What? How far back do I got to go here? I'm trying to remember what it was called. Oh, 50 Dead Men Walking. That's what it was, from 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jim Sturgeon. He played a guy named Martin. It's inspired by the book 50 Dead Men Walking. Oh, it doesn't give where's the plot synopsis? They've messed up IMDb, man. They've moved everything around. Martin McGarthland joins the IRA and feeds information to British Special Branch Agent Fergus, who's played by Ben Kingsley.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they have Rose McGowan in it, but other than that, it looks like a pretty decent cast.
Guys, I'm yawning and coughing. I think I'm going to cut out.
That's been almost 2 hours anyway.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
probably
is about that time.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start with parting thoughts.
Skep first, since he's...
All right. Usually when I'm pressed for usually I have something just right available. Let's see. I am Let's see. I'll read you a little bit from the notebooks. If you don't,
I didn't take you for Nicholas Sparks, man, myself. But
No.
okay.
It's Robert A. Heinlein. If you don't like yourself, you can't like other people. Your enemy is never a villain in his own eyes. Keep this in mind. It may offer a way to make him your friend. If not, you can kill him without hate and quickly. And from ancient Egypt, Cheops law, nothing is ever built on schedule or within budget. Just leave you with that tonight.
Nothing's changed there.
Oh, wait, I have one more. And this is really a nice one. No state has an inherent right to survive through conscript troops, meaning a draft. And in the long run, no state ever has. Roman mothers used to say to their sons, "Come back with your shield, or come back on it." Later, this custom declined, and so did Rome.
Mm-hmm. Who do you want up next, Johnny?
Sora.
All right. Well, I would encourage everyone to watch a new movie today or tonight or tomorrow. We talked about Going Out in Style, Top Secret, a bunch of other spoof movies. Perhaps you need a comedy in your life. Enjoy one of these with a great recommendation, at least from me.
Mm-hmm. Johnny? Which
All
one?
right. Camel?
Well, I got two. The first one, just being funny, is if at first you don't succeed, skydiving is not for you.
Nice.
It's a fair point. As a skydiver myself, I can appreciate that.
And the second one is a quote from Justified, which, again, I strongly recommend. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you meet an asshole in the morning, well, you met an asshole. If you meet assholes all day, you're the asshole.
Very nice.
Each.
All right. Sanguine?
And I'll leave off with two short quotes from two different things. So, there is no effort without error or shortcoming, which is from The Man in the Arena by Teddy Roosevelt, or the speech commonly known as The Man in the Arena. And I'll also leave off with, "May the best you've ever seen be the worst you'll ever see."
Nice. I guess my my quote will come from a movie. If you haven't seen, it is a good one. It's called Smoke Signals. He's trying to talk. Adam Beach is trying to talk to his friend about looking more confident. He goes, "You gotta look mean, or people won't respect you. White people will run all over you if you don't look mean. You gotta look like a warrior. You gotta look like you just came back from killing a buffalo." His friend looks at him, "But our tribe never hunted buffalo. We were fishermen." "What, you want to look like you just came back from catching a fish? This ain't Dances with Salmon, you know."
Nice.
So, with that, yeah.
We're going to sing John Wayne's Teeth as the outro, Johnny?
You know, if I had the lyrics up. With that, the zoo is closed. Thank you, everyone, for showing up, and have a good night.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Have a
Bye,
good night,
everyone.
all.
That's